to keep it to adult lore.
Sometimes I think my personalities get in fights with one another. But you know, we are the same person.
Okay. Let's move on so these nice people don't have to wait any longer. Short and Sweet by Willie Rio.
Breakfast with Mom.
I know you're not supposed to hate people, all right? I know that.
But I hate Felipe Marciano, who is in my class. Now, I know that he had it rough coming up and all, and that his brother went to jail.
Whatever. He's so mean. I can't feel sorry for him. We got this new kid in our building, and he's pretty chunky. Quiet, you know. Just this little chunky, quiet kid.
Anyway, Felipe knocked him down, took off his pants, and set him on fire.
Well, the chunky kid is crying with his chunky little butt hanging out from under his shirt, and Felipe is standing there laughing.
So I snapped that smile right off his face, and I took that little boy home to his mother.
Now, he tries to be all nice with me in the hallway. Maybe he likes me. I don't know.
But I tell him he makes me sick, which is true. He is mean, and he is never going to get with me. I told him that.
Bus ride to school.
Hamsters, gerbils. Can someone explain this to me? I mean, what is the point? Small rodents in a smelly cage near your bed? Too small to cuddle. Too dumb for tricks. Sure, sometimes they go in and spin around on the little wheel thing. Ooh, fascinating.
The only really exciting part is when they get loose and run around their house. Their only moment of individuality and spirit. Reminds me of school.
School is a habit trail for kids. Go in, spin around for 3 hours in captivity, have a few pellets in the cafeteria, and do another 3 hours on the wheel. Then escape for several hours, only to be put back in the cage the next day.
Wait, maybe that's the purpose of these animals. To provide a mirror of ourselves. They are a warning from God to children about the dangers of conformity. There may be something in this. Something to think about. Definitely something to think about. First hour geography class.
I am never going back to the country. The people there are
messed up. I was in line in the Dairy Queen, and this kid stepped on my toes. A little kid, okay, 5 years old. I did it once, and I asked him to stop nicely. You know, please, don't do that.
And then he did it again, and I just, he steps on my toes. My new shoes, and I'm like, stop it right now. Not screamed, but pretty loud.
And then his father, who got this red face and some sort of baseball hat that said some sort of tractor on it, gets up in my face and says, "How come you people ain't got no manners?"
And I say I got plenty of manners, but maybe you ought to teach your kids some manners. And he says,
"Don't you tell me how to raise my kid." And this kid, this little devil boy, he says, "Hit her, Daddy, smack her face." And the kid goes to hit me, but I stop his hand, and now he comes at me, and I just hold him up.
And his father pushes me to the ground, and he tells me to go back to where I came from. And nobody in the whole place defended me. They just looked at me and licked their soft vanilla cones.
Detention.
Mrs. Filbert, believe me, I wish I could sit still in your class. I really do. Sitting still is just not something that comes easily to me. I've always got a foot jiggling or something.
That's just the way I am. I'm able to sit sort of still in Mrs. Ashnaffi's class, and in some of my other classes, so I think we need to share a little blame here.
Do you mind if I give you a little constructive criticism? The way you teach is, and I mean this in a constructive way, the way you teach is
dull. It's like watching ketchup pour. It's torture! I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sure you're trying, but you really gotta meet me halfway here.
You just feel the air go out of the room when you begin speaking. Oh, no, please don't cry. I'm sorry, I really am. I just thought you needed to hear that. You have really nice hair. Lunchtime.
I love cows, and yet I eat them. I like the way they taste. I like the feel of biting into their cooked carcasses. And at the same time, I like to pet them and look into their soft brown eyes.
This used to be a problem for me, but now I think I've got it licked. I mean, if you look at the life of a cow, there isn't so much for her to cling on to. She gets born, she eats grass, and she goes into the barn.
There's a brief, not-so-romantic moment with a bull that she never even looks in the eye, and then she calves, eats grass, goes into the barn, and so on.
I mean, if you're a cow, what is on the highlight reel? The day I found an apple, or when I killed 6 flies with one one swat of the tail. I mean, what's a good day for a cow? What's to miss if you get killed and grilled?
Recess. Camp Tyler? You are going to Camp Tyler? That's a diet camp. A camp for kids with weight problems. It's for fatties. Chunky, chunky, chunky chunksters. You're not fat. You're not even plump. You're just big. You have big bones. Very, very big bones.
And an unusually large frame, that's all. There's no fat hanging off your big bones. Other than the fat in your head, you are a perfect specimen.
Oh, sure, you don't look like those skeletons on the magazine covers, but you never will. And neither will I. They're freaks.
They should be going to camp. Models. The downfall of civilization. A tiny percentage of the population, and yet we are obsessed by them. They have made us insane.
You are a smart person, and yet you're driven to spend a month at camp trying to lose what you don't even have?
And I know this is all your mother. She's crazy, a lunatic. And what you don't see, but what I do see, and what I am about to tell you because I'm your friend, is that even though she made it sound like it's all for you that she's sending you to Camp Porky, it's really all about her.
She just wants a malnourished, rail thin, neurotic daughter. That's all I have to say. Want an Oreo? So this girl I met told me that she writes a column in the school newspaper. Sweet. Next stop, desktop publishing class.
I have been desperate to find someone to print my story.
And I come to you in the hopes that you'll use the power of your column to restore me to my rightful position.
I am the niece of the Duchess of Birmingham, who is a second cousin of Lord Brimsley Bedford.
I'm an accomplished horsewoman, and am very well versed in all the tongues of Europe.
But you see, I was kidnapped by a band of brigands and hidden in a terrible basement sort of arrangement somewhere in Astoria, Queens, just below a faded cheese and pudding warehouse.
I escaped my captors through cunning and deception. The rascals were never apprehended or brought to trial.
And subsequently, I found myself alone in this vast metropolis. Oh, there are people, unfortunately mentally ill, who believe that they are my parents, and even swear to me that they are.
I play along with this poor couple, partly out of pity, and partly from necessity, as they have fed and clothed me for many years.
But now, the truth must be told, for I am unable to endure another moment of public junior high school.
I will go mad if I'm not returned to my life at Devonshire Castle with my governess, the servants, and all of our many noble hounds. Please, ma'am, you are my only hope. Math was awesome today. We had a sub, and I was the life of the party.
Sometimes I pull the legs off spiders. They move, you know, even after they're detached. They just twitch there on the ground.
Once, I put a cat in the dryer and spun it around for 20 minutes. It died. Everybody made a big deal.
Kids at school made fun of me behind my back. They made fun of me before I killed the cat, but to my face.
Now, they're kind of scared of me, so it's actually a good thing. Also, my mother doesn't bother me about why I don't play with the other girls, or go to dances, or try out for the school play.
She's just worried that I'm a lunatic. But that will wear off after a while, and then I'll have to find something else to kill. Maybe a dog, I don't know. The walk home is totally boring, unless you are with your peeps. What? Of course I have peeps.
There's this guy I know in school, and this is how he walks. So I'm thinking,
Doesn't that hurt your back after a while?
so he walks up to me and says the following.
Sup, man? There's like this party at my friend's house. It's gonna be hot, yo, so you want it or what?
This is how this guy asks me out. Like that was romantic or something. I mean, really. It's like he knows 25 words of English, and 12 of them are yours. But you know what the weird part is? I said yes. Boy, I'm one sorry girl. I've really got to work on my self-image.